Good morning. Good morning. Let's do a quick audio check here. Make sure everything is good. Should be. Let's just make sure. Good morning. Okay, I hear myself. There we go. We are good. Let's try to get everything set up here. Get everything. Oh, you gotta connect. Hard for it to work if you're not connected, Alan. What's wrong with me? Alrighty. Let's see here. Gonna update our stop losses. To reflect what we're looking for here in the London session. Let's see. That's what we're doing. All right, that should be good enough. We'll go with that. Well, pushing up here in the 400s. Just kind of rocket shipping up here. That's interesting. The ES not really moving. It's just chilling. When the Nasdaq's pushing up, ES not moving. Trying to be a little patient this morning. Find our setup that we're looking for. In the short term, I would expect a little bit of a turn down. ES trying to join the party here. Up into the 08s. ES trying to push through the high a day. I don't want to just jump in here, but we might. We'll get a little pullback here. Maybe pull back into that 95 area. Usually that first push above doesn't stick. Usually. Maybe it wants to stick today, though. Who knows? Like I said, kind of expecting some sort of a turn down this morning. Kind of held the highs here. Pushed up off the, we zoom out a little bit. We opened up and pushed up. Taking liquidity to the upside. So I'd imagine that this liquidity down to the downside would be the next logical area. Going to be trading on the Apex account here on the right. I think it needs about $800 from being funded. Is it 800? 711. I'll also be trading my Bulanox account off stream here, and that needs about the same. One needs 811, so $100 more. Might get a little pop up into this 16 area or something like that here at open, or here at the 3 o'clock hour. Get a little pop, we might jump in. We'll see here. Just kind of watching volume to see what happens. Going good morning there, Samir. Looks like it might pull back, but typically you'd think it'd pop. Who knows, though?
Order filled.
Yeah, we may lose on this one, but we'll see right quick. See if we can get a little 4 or 5 handles out of it. Gonna go to stop to even pretty quickly here. Might get stopped.
Stop filled.
Yeah, we got stopped. There you go. And turn this volume down. And there it goes without us. That's okay. Normally keep my headphones on so you guys can't hear the stop field and the order field, but not tonight. Or this morning. Don't have them on. Like I said, in the short term, I expect us to take that sell side liquidity. So really kind of looking for a displacement back to the downside. For an entry, probably short in the short term. I'm not feeling that great today, Samir, but I mean, pretty much the same. I didn't get to go to the doctor yesterday because when I got off stream and I called, they didn't have any other appointments. And they said, you can walk in, but it'll be like 2 hours. So I'm going in at 4 p.m. today to probably get some medicine there for the old blood pressure. So, appreciate you asking. Let me look. I don't quite remember. Let's check. Let's see what we got. Did we dip overnight? I don't think so. Did we? No. Pulled back into that 15 area. Oh, wow. There she blows. Holy cow. What's going on here? I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's see here, though. What do we got going on here? Do we just jump in? ES pushing up into the 33s. Not a fan of just jumping in here, but not a fan. Still just trying to push, though. Yeah, I definitely missed the pump there. Guess I should have held that little long, but like I said, I kind of believe that we will pull back. I was expecting some sort of displacement to the downside, but who knows? Maybe not. Maybe not. I looked away for a minute because I was just like, thinking there wasn't going to be much going on, and then it just to the moon. Liquidity grab. Looks much like a liquidity grab there. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. All right, well, we're getting a pullback here. Nice big wick on the top of that push up there. How's it going, T? Good morning. Volume's kind of low. Little volume trying to come in now on this pullback. Are they going to flip it right back to the upside? Here's the question. Or is this going to be a proper pullback there? We'll see. Just kind of watching here to see. I may catch a little run back to the upside here if we get it, but kind of expecting it just to retrace that whole move. They may flip it right back up, though. One little push up, one more push up here. We'll see. Just kind of watching volume here. Don't want to get trapped that long if we do take one, so it's going to be a little patient here and see until we get a little confirmation on the volume side there. Seller's still kind of coming in here. Oh, I feel like I'm so zoomed in on that chart. Maybe a little push back up. I'm expecting a push back up into that 20 level there. We do have a kind of an imbalance there. So if we do get a push back up, I'd be targeting just that 20 area, which is not very far away. Is that right? Yeah, 21. But if it pushes up on lower volume, we're just not going to take it. Let's just kind of watch the volume here and see. So far, volume's pretty much non-existent here. Pushing back down now. ES back down to that 27 level. Got the VWAP all the way down here at the 380s. Maybe kind of pull back into that area. A little VWAP touch would be nice. ES testing that 27 level here. Got that whole number up next. What I'd like to see is a break of the 400 level, maybe 99, 98, whatever. And then kind of a push back up into this imbalance at the 07s. If this candle closes like this, then we'll enter short. But it kind of needs to break that swing low there. The 400s there. Would be nice for a little confirmation. I mean, possibly even the 90, to be honest. That would be nice. But at least that 400 level. So far hasn't broke it. ES pulling back here. So I'm not a huge fan of it not breaking that 400 level. I would like it to break that. I mean, obviously it broke structure here on the 1 minute chart, right? But not as convincing. I'd like for there to be another little push down here. All right, there we go. I was considering taking a bounce off the 400 level, but we'll wait and just look for our standard setup. Want to see that 3 minute candle close? All right, so the 3 minute candle closed there. So we'll put in our sell here. I'm going to roll with 2 contracts. Well, and we'll target that kind of 78 area here. Let's do some quick math. Never good at math, but let's see. 10 points is $400, so 20 points is 800, and we only need 7. So 06 to 96. I mean, am I wrong or is that right? 87. So that'd be 800. I don't know. That should be like 760. You're going back to bed? All right, T. We'll see you in New York, man. So let's see if this thing comes back, tags us in here. I'm okay with it trading down into the 91 area before it comes back up and tags us in. We do not want to see it take out the liquidity at the 80s, though, 82 or 79. I'd rather it leave that there. ES is traded back down to the 23s, which is where the VWAP is. So I was expecting a bounce kind of in this area. I better break out the calculator because, man, I'm not mathing this morning. So we need, what did we say we needed? We'll just say 725. So you got 18 points. So 406.75. All right, something like that. See if this thing comes back and gets us here. See if it comes back and tags us in. I mean, price might want to revisit this 21 area. Not in love with that. I don't think it should. I mean, it should hold this order block, really. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Kind of trading down to the VWAP here. Just continuing to sell. ES kind of losing the VWAP. A little 90 area drama here. Let's see, 93. See if we get this pushed back up here. Now I'm taking the long off stream here. Paul Revere, would be nice to catch London Open and some longs into the 500s. You think it's going to go up there to the 500s? It might. I'm long off stream here just for the push back up into that 06 area. You guys hear the cash register? That's my trail stop. Moving up with the price. Might get stopped out here, but that's okay. Heading up to the target. So we took a little $340 on that trade on the move back up there. Yeah, it is pretty slow. It's pretty slow. I'm thinking in the short term that we take this sell side liquidity, Paul, down here. But what do we know? We could be wrong, right? Just in the short term at least. So that's kind of the idea for this trade here. If we clear this order block, I'm not really going to love it. And then we do have a small imbalance up here. And it's, you know, but there's not an imbalance on the 3-minute chart. So I'm thinking that we still sell down here. But who knows, right? Who knows? Could go either way. So we got 340 on that. We needed 800 on that Bulanox. So now we need 480 more on the Bulanox account to get funded there. Well, see, this is where I would normally freak out and be like, oh no, it's going to sell off without me. And I would just enter in a worse position. We're not doing that today. This thing, we really actually could move our entry up a little bit. So it should at minimum repaint this imbalance, right? At a minimum. But probably okay right there where we're at. Probably okay. If it goes without us, it just goes without us. I mean, after all, we've already locked in profit, right? $2. $2 locked in right here. Don't know if I want to take the short on both accounts. I believe in the short. I don't know if I want to take it on both accounts there. Kind of pushing back up here. Let's see what happens. This is one of those trades where I don't even really have to watch it. If it tags us in, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll zoom out a little bit, make sure I'm not missing anything. The midnight open was here. So it's 78. All right, so we did not take that. All right, okay, just making sure. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I mean, it seems okay. Seems all right. So we'll go with that. I could take this off and eyeball it, like if it pushed up higher. I guess we could do that. Let's see. I don't know. We'll just leave it there. We'll just take it there. Sometimes I do like to take that off and just kind of eyeball it if it does move higher, but we'll leave it there, see what happens. So we are tagged in here. We could also come down 50 points saying it's 50-50 in there, right, Paul? Whenever you enter a trade, it's 50-50. No matter what strategy you're using or anything like that, it's 50-50. That's the way I look at it. I don't need 50 points. I just need, I don't know, 20, 18, whatever that is. 18 and a half. I'm not really liking the bullish structure on the ES here. It's kind of pushing up a little bit higher than I'd like. So, like for that thing to start coming back down here in a moment. So I'll keep an eye on the ES if it does start to break structure here. If it breaks over 30, then we probably would just kill this trade. So we'll see what happens here. Just kind of watching to see. If the ES breaks 30, then it will have closed out that gap pretty much. And that would be a not so good sign for the short over here on the Nats. So let's just kind of watch and see. The ES really, I'd like to see it turn down right here. Just kind of repainted an imbalance on the 3-minute chart there at 29.50. So would like to see a turn down in this area. Trade back into the VWAP would be nice. But what we'd like to see and what it actually does sometimes is two different things. We are taking this short kind of here at the whole number 2, which I'm not in love with, but this is what the this is the setup. So we'll go with that. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Appreciate it. If you are interested in trading futures on the cheap, do have a 90% coupon code in the banner for Apex that ends tonight at midnight Eastern. Also have a 90% code, should be in the description. If not, I'll check it out, for Bulanox. I'll throw it in the chat if it's not in the description. Let me look. It's not in the description for whatever reason, but we'll throw it in there in a minute. Let's get out of this trade first. And I don't know when the sell ends for Bulanox, so I'm not quite sure. I'd like to see the sellers come in here soon and, you know, give me what I'm looking for. That'd be nice. No need to be rude. Give us what we're looking for. Really not asking all that much for it to come back down to 88 again, to be honest. It's not asking all that much. ES holding up there at the 29. Like I said, I'd really like to see the ES start selling here. Gets over 30, then that's of concern. It's approaching 30 now. Just kind of watching here, see what happens. Price action's just stuck right now. Not really moving. Yeah, it's just tapped that 30-25 area. This is kind of an interesting situation on the ES because it does have a long wick on that. Let me look at the 1 minute chart. Okay. Now see on the 1 minute chart, it's got room up to 31.75, 31.50 area maybe. 6, how's it going? Would you prefer Topstep or Apex for funding in your opinion? Because I think I'm going to try Apex. Yeah, I think Apex, man. I'm funded with Topstep currently. It's Apex is cheaper, number one. Number two, you would say, well, the payout rules, right? Okay, on Apex, you got to make $2,600 before you're allowed to take a payout. And on Topstep, you only got to make 5 winning days of $200 or more. Problem with the 5 winning days is, unless you're making $500-$600 a day, you're still not going to be able to take a payout. If you only make the 200, then because your drawdown goes away as soon as you take the payout, so whatever you leave in your account, that's your new drawdown. So let's just say you only make 5 days at $200, that's $1,000, and you take 500 out. Well, now your drawdown's only $500. So realistically, you need to be making $400 or $500 a day on Topstep in order to take a payout after 5 winning days. So they're very similar when it comes to that. In reality, you need to have north of $2,000 in there to keep your drawdown at $2,000 in Topstep, even if it's 5 winning days. So, but just based on price, I go with Apex. But I do like the fact that Topstep does not have that trailing threshold. So as long as you can deal with the trailing threshold, go with Apex. But if that bothers you and you want to have a little more of a daily loss limit type deal, then Topstep be the way to go. So appreciate it, 6. Yeah, I mean, I have both, but I like Bulanox as well too. Don't sleep on Bulanox. They're very similar rules to Apex. They allow you to have 11 funded accounts at one time, and they will fund you in 1 day in most cases. So if you hit the profit target, you can literally just go on their website and click request qualification, request past qualification, or whatever it is. So you actually request it through them instead of them just coming to you and saying, hey, you passed. And I have I know people who've gotten funded in 1 day with them. So instead of having to wait, I guess they're of the opinion that, hey, if you already hit the profit target, we know you're just going to trade micros until the days are, until your days are met. So we may as well go ahead and give you the funded account. I'll drop that Bulanex code here. I'm trying to just pay attention to this trade just because, starts go against me. I feel a little better about it now that I looked at the 1 minute chart on the ES. That 5 minute or 3 minute there was looking a little more sketchy on that little push up. But the 1 minute looks a little better. There's the link and the code for the Bewley, if you're interested in that. So ES pulling back down into that 29 area here. Really want to see it start selling off. That'll give us the energy we need to push down as well. Target being the 88 level there, just because that's what I need to get this account across the profit threshold. Obviously, if I wasn't, I would probably target that 78 area, but we don't need that much. We just need the 88. If we can get the 88, we'll be all right. I'm not in the short in the other account just because, if I'm wrong, I don't want to get burned on both accounts. I don't feel like I'll be wrong, but hey, you never know. You never know. It always seems like price starts moving slower when you enter a trade. You guys ever notice that? If you're not in a trade, price moves nice and smooth and fast, or it seems that way anyway. And then as soon as you enter a trade, it just dies off. So I know it's not really like that. That's just what it feels like, right? That's just what she feels like. Always slow and losses are fast. Yeah, that's right, Samir. Fair point. Fair point. I want to see it break that 94 level. Once we break 94, we can move our stop to break even. But it's just kind of the next swing low there. If we break this swing low, stop can come to break even. Actually, I may even just move it up here. But we aren't there yet. I like to reduce the risk as soon as I can, obviously, but don't want to be too quick with it and get stopped out. The slow burn here. I feel like I'm trading the ES. So I don't like trading the ES even during the New York session. I can't deal with how slow it is. Just, I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience. If we can get that ES moving in this south direction, then I think that takes us with it pretty quickly there. Probably just need the ES to get down into that 26, 27 area. Didn't even have to go that low. If you guys are new here, we do stream the London and New York session, 3 a.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 5 days a week. Do miss some of the London sessions, at least recently. I haven't been feeling great, but trying to power through. And yeah, we're trying to get to 200 subscribers. So if you're not yet subscribed, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It's free and it does help the channel. I would appreciate it. ES kind of popped back up to that 31 level there. Let's see if this thing starts selling off. See a few sellers coming in here, not a huge number, but a few. Few sellers coming in here. If we break that 400 level here, if we get through 400, just even to 99, I'd feel quite a bit better about this trade. So let's see if we can do that. Like everything with trading, you can always be wrong, right? Sellers starting to come in a little bit here. Let's see if we can push through this 400 level. It's kind of hanging out there at the 400s. Just hanging out. Probably going to go ahead and move my stop down to this area. Because if it breaks through this order block, I won't really be in love with it anymore. So kind of risking 12 handles here for 18. Really like to see this thing turn down and at least break that 400 level here. That would make me feel a bit better. That's the thing. When I took my entry here, I almost considered taking it off and looking for the center of the order block, but I didn't. Sometimes, you know, sometimes these order block entries are great, but sometimes it just doesn't get to them, right? It'll never get there sometimes. It'll just tick you in and leave without you. Volume is just horrible. I mean, there's just no volume. I mean, look at this. Since this move up, we have this little spike in volume, and since then it's just down, 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 down. Which is, you know, that's good in a sense. I mean, that way if a little sell volume comes in, it can push it down quickly. But, like, man, this is just painful. Painful. I mean, what have we been in this trade? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. About 20 minutes I've been in this trade. 20 minutes. That's a long time for me, guys. If you guys have watched my channel at all, I don't like holding trades that long. I like it to be 1 or 2 minutes. I want to be holding for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's not my idea of fun. I mean, this trade is kind of like, you know, it's one of those things where if it works, great. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. I mean, what are we risking? $500, $600, like about $500. So it's not the end of the world if it doesn't work. But really want to see it break into that 99 area. That area is important to me because we have this order block here, right? And so that 99 area kind of would break the 50% of the order block there. So, I mean, technically speaking, you could say, oh, this is a shift in structure too, but there was no liquidity, right? They didn't take any liquidity. The liquidity rests down here at 78. So that's why I wouldn't think this is moving higher. I would think that it should be moving lower. But ES pulling back into that 29 area. Samir, let's see, you shorted at 410, still waiting. Nice. Well, you're up about 9-10 handles then. Just got to get through that 400 strong here. Obviously, you're going to have a little more resistance at these whole numbers, so didn't quite break that 400 level there. Like I said, I like to see it at least touch that 99, and then I feel a little better about it. I mean, obviously, we want it to touch 88, right? That's our target. And I know as soon as I close the trade, if I decide to close it early, it's just going to go straight to the target anyway after that. So may as well just wait. Give it a little time, see what happens. I think once we do get the move, it'll be pretty swift. Probably. If we do get the move down, if we can get the ES move back to that VWAP, it'll be pretty swift there. Coming up into the, we got about 9 minutes, 8 minutes or so before the top of the hour. So I really don't like holding trades through the top of the hour. So I'd like for this thing to give me what I need before then. Usually get a little bit of volatility there at the top of the hour. Usually a little volatility. Let's take a look. This thing's still not moving. All right, got a few sellers coming in here. Let's see if this is going to be the push down we're looking for. ES retesting the 29. A little bit of sellers trying to step up here. Let's push through that 400 strong. Need that ES to start pushing down, get that ES into that 2650, 27 area, and that will give us what we need most likely. ES at the 28.75 now. Testing that 400 level again. ES is moving down to the 28s. Kind of watching the ES because if it gets to the VWAP before we get to our target, we may cover. 2750 there. VWAP's at 2650 on the ES. So it could go right through the VWAP. I don't want to hold it through it getting to the VWAP there because that could be kind of a bounce area, obviously. So I'm going to just watch that and see. Holding up there at the 27 so far. I'd like to see just a swift move down here on the NQs. Go down and hit that target. ES back down to the 27s. ES bouncing back up to the 28. Need to get through that 400 level here. Need to get through that 400 level. Come on now. Sellers came in for a moment there and then they just disappeared. They disappeared. I have to get a little bit more momentum to get through there. ES popping back up here, retesting that 30, 45.30 level. Like to see the ES hold this 30 level and turn back down. All right, pulling back down here, back into the 29s. Need the ES to get a swift move down into that 2650 VWAP area. And we will be where we probably need to be at that point. I'm going to go ahead and reduce risk here, guys. We're going to move it down to this swing high. We're coming up on the top of the hour. And if it breaks this swing high, then I'm not going to like it anymore anyway. So I want to see this move. I don't want to see this revisit this area. If it revisits this area, then I don't want to be in it. So kind of reducing risk here. What are we risking? 7 handles, $280. Yeah, beautiful move there, 6, but not quite enough yet. I want to get through that order block there. We did touch I think we touched 99, close. Yeah, right there at 99. So I feel better about it. But I don't want to see the ES get back above 30 here. I want to see it start to sell down. Got about 2 minutes here to the top of the hour, so we may need this volatility at the top of the hour to push us down. We might get stopped at the top of the hour. It could push up, but we'll find out. Hopefully the sellers come in right there at 4 a.m. and it pushes us down. So let's see what happens. ES is retesting that 30 level there, moved up to 30.50. Kind of pulling back now into the 30 again. We want to see a push down here, obviously. That's would be best for our interest. Want to see sellers come through strong here. ES pulling back into the 29. Should start to sell here. We should. That ES should have pulled back here into the 27s pretty quickly. Like I said, if we break 94, we'll go to break even here. Still a ways to go to get there, though. Coming up on the top of the hour. See if these sellers can come through here finally and take us to where we want to go. ES retesting that 30 there. Not in love with that. I want to see the ES just start to move down. Holding 30 right now. We're going to see what happens here. I'm going to have my finger on the trigger. If this thing pops, I'm just going to kill it. All right, I'm going to go to break even. Sell or not, risk-free at this point. Because if this thing can't get through here this time, then it kind of is what it is. Lock in $40. Obviously want to see it move right through there. So risk-free, we're either going to get stopped, which I feel like we probably will, or we're going to hit our target. It'll kind of feel bad if we get stopped, but this move is taking days. It's just taking too long. Very painful. Just that whole number is just fighting us, just fighting so hard. Come on, push down, stop us out.
Stop filled.
Yeah, feels bad. So that's the problem here. Like, I don't know. It tested my patience as long as I could let it do it. Just couldn't let it test it anymore. I mean, it's just taking too long to get through this 400 level. I mean, it's like a brick wall, right? You got this order block here, and this thing is just not wanting to get through there. It just wasn't willing to let this thing go back in the red on me again. Which it came right back to my entry, and watch it sell off. So maybe we should put our stop here. I thought right there at 4 a.m. we would get the push down that we kind of needed, but it didn't really happen. That just 400 levels, just like a brick wall. It just doesn't want to bust through there. Kind of painful price action here during London. Sometimes you get moves. I mean, like, yeah, I could have taken the short here, right? I could have taken the short entry there. But I try to take the setup as I see it. And seeing now, I'm kind of glad I covered because the ES popping back up into the 31s. Not in love with that. Volume's kind of spiking up here a little bit. Obviously, in hindsight, we could have took that off for about $300, but like, you know, the goal is not $300. The goal was, you know, $700. That was the goal. But we did take a trade here on the Bulenox account, as you guys can see. So we're about $480 away on that account. From I didn't take the short on this one, actually. Oddly enough, we bounced and we got back above 400 here. When we got back up above 400, I took the long. I took the long right here, I think 95 up into the 404s. So maybe the long was the better play there. I don't know. But just trying to use my normal, you know, kind of the setup I like to use there. The silver bullet. You have this push up. We took out the midnight high, which was here. So that was the midnight high. So we took out at 3 a.m. there, right after 3, we took that liquidity out. We moved up, took liquidity. Displacement to the downside, traded back up into the order block. I took the entry at the volume imbalance here. And then your target should at least be this swing low, right? That's the low-hanging fruit. I was only targeting 88. Stop could be right above the order block really the entire time. The only concerning thing is there's a small imbalance there, but it wasn't present on the 3-minute chart. So just kind of going over our thought process on why we took this short here. And then, so, you know, the thought is you sell off, but this is just like a brick wall right here. Just not, can't get through there, not enough volume. And it might, you know, very well might sell on down here, but we're not in it anymore at this point. So if you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe. Once again, we're trying to get to 200 subscribers, and let's see where we're at right now. Where are we at currently? 182. So we need 18 more subscribers. Well, that's interesting. 18 more subscribers in the next 3 days. I'd like to get there by Friday, if we can. That would be ideal. And I did update the link in the description there for for the Bulenox. I put the link for Bulenox and the 90% discount code for Bulenox as well in the description there. So if you guys are interested in trading futures, that is there. It does help the channel. We do appreciate it. So it's like we're 182. So getting there. Not quite there yet. Need 18 more to kind of get to that 200 level. Samir, are you still short? You still holding? I mean, I still think the problem is right now, I think the short's fine, but I think that it's kind of more 50-50 at this point since we couldn't break through the 400 level there strong. It's more of a 50-50 proposition. Could kind of go either way, right? You exited at 400. I don't blame you there. It's probably not a bad idea. Might have been what I should have did. You know, we broke down here. What were we up? 7 handles. So we were up 280 bucks. I mean, this thing easily could sell down, but I mean, just as easy could just push up. I mean, we've held this order block here. Even though that should not be the one that's respected, right? This one should be. We've held both. But you can make an argument for both. This one, the reason I'm looking for short is because we did take liquidity. This move down, we did not take liquidity. There's the low. Yeah, because the low's here. That's the low from the midnight. Actually, it's even lower. Yeah, the midnight low is actually there. At 70. You shorted 23 minutes, the longest I've ever done. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I took the short over here. I don't know. It was probably 23, 24 minutes. You know, this thing will go now. I'm sure it'll probably pop through here and go. Not going to feel bad about it, though, because I did hold. So even if it goes down to the 70, which is kind of the area I would expect, that's where that liquidity rests way down here, which would be a killer trade. Not going to feel that bad about it. Even in the bed, you're not that long. Oh, Samir, man, you got some work to do. Nah, I'm just kidding. 20 minutes is a long time. That's a long time in that department, Samir. A long time. If you're getting 5 or 6 minutes in, you're doing good, right? Well, guys, in the interest of not feeling horrible tomorrow, I do think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Normally, I like to stream a little longer during the London session, but we are finishing green. So 340 plus 36, 376. Nothing great, but hey, green is green, right? We'll take it. So if you haven't already, smash that like button for me. Hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It does help the channel. And we will be back live 9:30 a.m. this morning. If you are interested in trading futures, you got the links in the description for Apex and Bulenox, 90% off. Apex ends tonight at midnight, so consider that. Other than that, we will see you guys live at 9:30 a.m. Appreciate you guys watching. See you 6.